Of you over the weekend visiting with families. It looks like they're living in tents and shacks amid rubble. Describe the situation. Describe what do they actually have to eat.
เมื่อกี้มีผู้ชายคนหนึ่งลงมาเห็นไหมถือกล่องใหญ่ๆนั่นน่ะ I think he
one community of families had settled next to a market.
Next to a garbage dump, you're saying. Go on.
Garbage dump was a fine leftover food that they brought from Sanaa away.
Maybe.
This is subhuman conditions that I haven't seen anywhere to that extent. Then going further north in one of the very few clinics that receive starved children, I met a mother with a girl, 9 years old. She looked 3 or 4, beautiful girl. Katja is her name. And the mother said, I want you to tell our story. And the story is that we had 14 children, now 5 of them. Katja is not able to walk anymore.
The phone line is cutting in and out a little bit, so I just want to repeat what you were telling us. You're telling us about this girl. She's 9 years old. You're saying she can no longer walk. She's dying.
She is. Hopefully at this clinic they can now feed both the mother and this 9-year-old. But the rest of the family were elsewhere. In a place where there is very little aid, there is little access, there is no work.
Friday, Saturday,
What needs to happen in Yemen
Sunday.
are really 3 things. The donor conference needs to come up with a $4 billion ticket.
That's $4 billion you're asking.
A lot of money, but much less than what is spent on the senseless war, which is my second point. We need a famine prevention ceasefire, and we need access to all of these conflict and disaster zones where we do not get permits to operate as we should. Just going from 2 towns here now, the capital Sanaa to Hadja, we have
Also brutal. Okay.
points, and at any of those, you can be held back for any amount of time. It is too difficult for aid groups to operate. We have too little funding, and there is an active war in a starvation area.
That is Jan Egeland, his Secretary General of the Norwegian Refugee Council, speaking to us from Sanaa.
Take a look.
About a truly grim situation underway there. Mr. Egeland, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
After we spoke today, Egeland put out a statement expressing disappointment in the money pledged to Yemen so far, less than half the $4 billion he says the country desperately needs.
It's been 2 weeks since some residents of Jackson, Mississippi have had running water. Pipes froze and broke after a winter storm last month. City officials say they're working to restore the system, but can't say when that will happen. Mississippi Public Broadcasting's Kobe Vance has more.
Today, several water trucks were scattered across Mississippi's capital city of Jackson. The National Guard was helping residents fill canisters of non-potable water. People can use it to flush toilets, but not much else. As he waited his turn, Wayne Johnson says his neighborhood has been without water since February 16th. The back of his pickup truck is stuffed with containers, and he has dozens of milk jugs in his passenger seat to fill for his neighbor.
This one here.
Water, so I'm catching water and got coolers and jugs and everything else. I'm filling bathtubs up with water and everything else to flush and do what we can. They put a brick in your toilets and that saves a half gallon of water every time you flush a toilet. And in these old houses, they're all like that, and that really helps.
The water outages in Jackson began February 15th as a winter storm swept across the state. Some treatment plants couldn't operate in those freezing temperatures. Then, the cold weather lingered for days, and because the plants were shut down so long, water pressure dropped. Some parts of Jackson lost water altogether. Public Works Director Charles Williams says the plants are now back online, but the water pressure needs to be at a consistent rate for it to reach the homes farthest from the treatment plants.
We did not expect this to happen, so we're dealing with the aftermath of it. And we also dealing with the
9959. Over there on the right side.
And whether, we can't change that fact. What we can do is put all of our efforts in trying to correct it and move forward with the restoration process that we're working with now.
Jackson Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba says these outages have only highlighted issues that have existed for decades: deferred maintenance, aging pipes, and little money to take care of it all. He says the city needs state and federal funding to help replace 100-year-old pipes.
They have been described as peanut brittle when our crews jump into holes in order to repair them. Sometimes they'll repair one break, stay for a little while, and see another break happen near yards away from the one that they just repaired. And so we need help right now in this moment, but we need long-term support to deal with this issue that has gone without